What's happening? What's happening? What's up? What's going on, peoples? I don't know how it's felt for you guys, but Libra season has felt really, really great, especially in comparison to Virgo season, with having so much to do, having so much to take care of, having paperwork and bills and debts and agreements and contracts and business things to fix and sort out and pay on and get together, making arrangements and making arrangements to go into new contracts, to go into new business, to get business ventures together. It just seems like September was the month, Virgo season was the month where you really had to work hard, study, finalize what you needed to finalize. It was that kind of month, and look at things analytically and really figure things out and be forced to really have hardcore concentration or focus on whatever issues were going on in your life in September. But Libra, what's popping, my Libras? Libra season feels so good. I mean, you got Venus in Libra, which Venus is going to be leaving Libra shortly. I believe today it's around the 25th degree of Libra. So it's coming to the end, but Venus has been in Libra since September. So that towards the end of September was feeling really, really good. I think you guys may have gotten a break from some of the Virgo monotony. And Mars is going into Libra. I believe Mars is at the 0 degree of Libra today. So you got Mars moving into that place. And today you have the moon in Capricorn. This is the 14th. So maybe not feeling as emotional. I just think Libra season has been a lighter time. The sun's around 11 degrees of Libra today. So not quite halfway through the sign, but it's getting there. And I think it's just been lighter times. I know me, for the Libra's on my 4th house, I've been spending a lot of time with family and loved ones, so that's felt really, really good. And even some of the more negative situations or things that you would deem negative have really worked out in positive ways. So that's been really, really good. So I think you guys have just been experiencing more self-love, love for family, those around you, those you are in partnership and relationship with, because like, although I was talking about Libras in my 4th house, with me being a Cancer rising, Libra does traditionally rule the 7th house of partnership, judicial things, justice, balance, fairness, communication. Communication that tries to work things out, sort of like arbitration in that sort of way. So Libra tries to work things out with love and understanding, and bring forth a different point of view, like that voice that's the median in between the two, or the voice that is the voice of reason. Libra can be a voice of reason. So Libra season has felt really good, and you guys may have been busy with partnerships, relationships, and all of that kind of thing. So most of the planets at the time I'm doing this reading, and this is going to be for Libra, I believe that's where I left off. So Libra, let's see what's popping for you in October. Most of the planets are direct. Jupiter's direct in Sagittarius, which has been great. I think that's another thing that has been contributing to the good Libra energy, and helping the planets line up to have a more peaceful energy in Libra season, the end of September, which was the end of September and October, which is where we are right now. Today is October the 4th. And we've got Saturn and Pluto still in Capricorn, and they're making that conjunction, and that's a square to the planets that are in Libra. But with Venus moving through, it hasn't been as difficult as a time as Saturn and Pluto had been in Capricorn. So you're still going to have some challenges and things of that nature, but at least now Pluto is direct. Pluto went direct on the 3rd. So I think maybe some of the things you have been dealing with will start to ease up now, and we'll just see how that goes as Mars. So maybe some difficulties will come to, some of the problems will crop back up or rise back up towards the end of October, and we'll see how we're dealing with things at that time. But let's go ahead and just get an idea of what's going on with Libras. I mean, that's what is going on astrologically. And I did want to say, before I move on, I'm just shuffling the cards, I did want to say that Uranus is still retrograde up in Taurus. So keep that in mind. I mean, I know for me personally, for Libras, Taurus is going to be on your 8th house, because if you're a Libra rising and you've got Aries on the 7th house descendant, then Taurus is going to be on the 8th. So you guys may be going through some things and having some different things that go on when it comes to debts you may owe, taxes, family inheritances, money between you and loved ones, you and family, your relationship of things, or the how you're really solidifying and building and rebuilding your self-worth and the things that help bring you stability, and how you're just realizing where you're at in life and just having really deep thoughts and transformations when it comes to your spirituality, and where you're at in life. You know what I mean? And I think the Libras out there will understand that. You know, you guys have been going through something more on an internal level, more so than external. When I know a lot of times a Libra does deal in the external. So I just want to see what is going on for the Libras. Let's just take a look at the tarot cards first. Yeah, working on something, like I talked about, building stability. And these came out in reverse. I'm going to pretty much take them straight up, but I'm going to read in the negative energy of the reverse as well, and what that may mean. And when I say negative, I just mean any challenges or anything that may crop up, not necessarily that card, and particularly in reverse, is negative. I just think Libra's been working on something. I think Libra's made a choice. There's been something that you Libras had been focused on, or that you had been wanting for a long time, with that 7 of Pentacles. So you've been wanting something, you've been focused on something, you've been working on something. This could be when it comes to a relationship, a job, it could be anything like that. Just something that you may personally be a wish or want or desire for you. So Libra, whether that's a certain person or relationship, or that's going into your own business, building your own business, having more security on the job, working on building up your portfolio, building up your assets, or things of that nature. That's something you've been doing, and you've made a choice to go with a certain thing. So maybe if you decided you want to invest in certain stocks and bonds, you decided that maybe you want to be in a certain relationship, or you don't want to be in a certain relationship with a person. You may have decided that, and you're going to move in that direction. With this 9 of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like I said, you could be paying out some debts and some bills. Maybe Libras, you have acquired more debts and more bills, and you're trying to work out things from a financial point of view. But you also could be combining or going into a relationship and having to put more of your money and your focus and your concentration in that relationship. Maybe you guys have decided to not be single anymore. You don't want to be single. You're going into this particular relationship, and it's taking your money. Or you guys could have come out of a relationship. Maybe you've had a recent divorce or separation, or a certain judgment, or you could have even settled certain judgments, and it may have taken your money, but you're surely going to bounce back from that, Libra. That's just been a small thing. But because of you thinking about your past and how things have worked out for you in the past, you Libras are thinking of doing something different. Like I said, you want to build your stability. You want to build, you want partnerships and people in your life who are there for your highest good, your benefit, and you guys may be going in a different spiritual direction. That may be what it is. You may be joining different spiritual groups. You may even, if you're not a person that goes to church or does that type of thing, you may find yourself doing that, or you may be coming into a more idealistic view of your spirituality at this time, Libra. So and like I said, it also speaks to no longer being single, making a decision, making a choice to not be single anymore, or not owe certain debts, or not be tied to someone in a financial way. You know what I mean? Not to have your money tied up, to get your money back, not putting in more than you're getting out. You want your return to be bigger than your investment, Libra. So you may be thinking of things along that line, and even if it's nothing to do financial, that could be within the relationships you have with other people, wanting your return to be more than your investment. That surely would make sense. You want to get the same thing, if not more, out of the partnerships that you give, and truly you just want to get the same as you give, because if you're giving 20%, you should only be getting 20% back. But if you're giving 50 to 100%, hopefully you can get that same amount back. And there were some cards that dropped on the floor. I just noticed these right-away cards were on the floor. So I'm just going to take a brief look to see what's going on with Libra. Yeah, you're having... Libra, you want to put some of your guard and some of your burdens down. And that, like I said, that could either be with your finances or with people. There may be some Libras out there who are new parents thinking about becoming parents. There may be a father and a son relationship that's going on. Like I said, if you were one of the unfortunate Libras that were going through a separation and a divorce, maybe there's some issues with the father and the son or something like that. Or maybe you're building better bonds between a parenthood relationship. Or Libras, if there are some Libra men out there, you could be becoming new fathers or be having your eyes on your kids or something like that. And I think Libra, what you want to do is you want to put your swords down and you want to put your burdens down. I think you are open to being more open to people at this time, because there have been some problems and some issues that you've been dealing with and carrying with you. But I think in October it's the time for you to get that settled and decided, and to put some of these burdens down. And a lot of that has to do with choices and decisions that you're gonna make, Libra. Judgment calls, choices, decisions. And if you're not going to make them, somebody's going to make them for you. So you want to make the judgment calls and take care of your business and handle your business yourself. There could be some Libras out there who are dealing with earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. You could be dealing with water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Or you could be dealing with Leos as well. If you're a Libra woman, you may be dealing with a water sign male, and you may have a fire sign child. Fire sign Leo child. One could be Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. Any of those. But that might be what you're dealing with. You may be having issues between your kid and maybe two different dads. Maybe there's a Libra who has an issue in a co-parenting situation. Maybe you have some burdens and some struggles with that. But things are going to be worked out and decided this month. Choices are going to be made. It may require money. You may find you have to pay out some money or stuff like that. Or, like I said, you may be moving together, combining households, leaving one relationship for another, leaving one man for another, coming out of the divorces, moving ahead with other relationships, and no longer being single. So there's a theme out there as well for Libras of no longer being single, being in a partnership, combining with, taking your resources and combining them with another, helping someone out. There may be some Libra males out there that want to help out the female in their life, or it could be the mother in their life, or maybe you got a sister who's got kids and she's not with the husband and she's single, and you've been generous to like that kind of situation. So it could be something going on like that with nieces, nephews, and loved ones. And let's see, because I'm going to have to end this really soon. The sun again. So there's a theme out there going on with Leo, with the sun. Maybe there are some Libras, you have kids, you have a son out there, and it could be really important to spend more time and take more time with that child. Maybe that child is a big focus in some of the Libras' lives out there. And if it is, everything is going to be okay. Whatever plans and things that are going on, they're going to work out to your benefit. And I think Libras, you're going to be feeling better emotionally. Maybe you're in some kind of partnership with some kind of Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, but you're going to be feeling better emotionally because of it. But this comes from making a decision, making a choice to put the burdens down, to move forward. There may be even some Libras who have moved home or are moving moving home, and to combine your efforts with another person where one doesn't have, someone else can contribute or something like that, or something having to do with partnership and no longer being single or doing things by yourself. So you may see those things come up. And the theme of the sun is a very strong theme. And the sun is, in this deck, it's 20. So like I said, partnerships and decisions, because it takes you back to the 2 again with the 20. And in this deck, it looks like 21, if I'm not mistaken. That's 10, 11, and another 10. So it looks like a 21, which is a 3. Expanding families, getting into partnerships, something to do with partnerships, a 2 becoming 3 with the sun. Let's see what else you had. The 8 of summer. The desire for a more meaningful life, realizing that it's time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. So that's the 8 of cups. So moving on, like we talked about, going through life changes, which is exactly what the 8th house is about. Going through in those squares with that Saturn and Pluto that's in Capricorn with your sun and what you have going on in Libra. That talks about making major changes, making a decision to go in a different direction because you've got something great waiting for you in that direction. It's time to go into that next phase of your life, to walk down your life path, Libras. And that's what that 8 of Cups talks about. Walk into something that's more beneficial for you and really make some changes. And like we talked about, that could be spiritually, joining partnerships, getting into serious relationships, taking those kind of things to the next level, all of that. And then you got the Prince of Spring, which is the Prince of Wands. Immediate action, a change, a challenge you can successfully manage, a passionate relationship. So like I said, you may be passionately attracted to someone that you want to move forward with. And you're going from that 10 of Wands to the Prince of Wands, taking everything that you've been through, your experience, and moving along, moving ahead with the relationship, what you really want with your destiny, with your family, whatever it is that you may be really seeking, Libra. You may notice you have the power at the time to move on with it. So there's going to be some communication between you and a love partner, someone you desire, someone you're interested. There's going to be some communication there. And then there's going to be, a decision that has to be made about what you want to do, how you proceed, and if you're willing to learn from those past lessons and give those up so you can move forward. And then we got the 4 of summer, which is the 4 of cups. Being distracted and failing to see a magical opportunity. Taking someone or something for granted. Disconnected with life. So Libra, what it's going to take for you right now is just to wake up, be there, be present, and take the opportunity while you have it. Go forth while you have it. Seize the moment while it's there. When you see opportunities this come ahead in front of you this month, Libra, you want to go ahead and rush forward and take those opportunities. And one thing I feel like is really important, which I feel like is going to be a theme, is there's going to be communication about these things where it's going to allow you to make these major changes because you've made a decision and you want to make this choice in your life, Libra, to explore this next chapter with this personal, this business venture, or whatever it is that you want to go forward with. And it says, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So how you feel about somebody, you want to tell them. Maybe that's the opportunity. There's somebody that you've been interested in and you don't want to not confront this. Sometimes Libras can run from confrontation, but you want to confront this and communicate this because it's going to go in a wonderful, beautiful direction if you follow this relationship and this communication through. And it says, give your relationship a chance. So Libra, if there's somebody that you seek, or even the partnerships you're in, I feel like good things are coming for those partnerships. And if you're interested in somebody, they're interested in you as well. And release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So that's what I talked about, making major life changes, getting over things in the past, hurt that's come from the past, moving forward, because we move forward. Okay. You don't have a choice. If you wake up every day, you move forward, you do things another day, but we carry a lot of the past pain. And Libra, you're going to be moving on. You're going to be moving on, and you had the 8 of Cups in here somewhere. You're going to be moving on from a lot of this past pain that you've been through in the past hurt, and it's going to allow you to move to a totally new area in your life and have a new understanding about what it is that you've been through. So that's the really important part, is because I think once you get that logical understanding and you can reason it with yourself and your mind, is going to allow you to move forward, Libra. So that's what I have for you in October. I want to say happy birthday to all the Libras. I wish you guys nothing but the best. I love my Libras out there. Libra has been a wonderful month. I kind of don't want to leave it to go on to Scorpio month. We could just go ahead and keep it Libra month all year round. So with that said, love you guys. Thanks for checking out Frequency Real Radio and Madam X. And stay tuned. Up next, we got Scorpio. See ya.